Hi, everyone. Thank you for all the well wishes. Yes, I have this pain that I found out it's inflamed, blah, blah, blah. It's a woman thing. I can't go into it. You know what I mean? And I haven't had antibiotics or painkillers since 1999. All right, couple of questions. Let me just go to my phone. All right, a couple of questions which I thought need my glasses. All right, so a couple of questions are if the rabbit is fertility, and then how can it be infertility at the same time? Because you've got to have both. You've got to have the yin and the yang side of it. So you've got the yin and the yang of it's fertility and it's infertility at the same time. But this fertility is very, very different because of what else is there. So the water on top of it, it's it's dripping water, not consistent water, which means this wood that the rabbit is elementally as a wood element, it is quite strong, but it can only grow when there's enough water is pooled to make it grow. Okay, because everything is actually a cycle, and so when you're looking at everything, there's an effect. You've got misfortunes, you've got blessings, that kind of thing. All right, so it could be fate, it could be experience, and that's how you've got to look at it. The directions that are not harmonious. So in the workshops, I talk about directions, but altogether, the directions, as in, what could go wrong this year in what direction, you're looking at it in as in directions of the world on a world scale. And the reason for that is the 12 animals, which I haven't put a cycle there, but you know what the 12 animals are. I put it in the previous one. So those 12 animals then tell us, all right, in this direction, it's offending the year or clashing with the year or it's a penalty with the year, that sort of thing. All right. So if you think about the east is where the rabbit's residing. So that sort of thing. If you think about the north is where the rat's residing. The rat and the rabbit do not get along. So the north is going to have penalties. If you look at the west, um, so this is a question about directions, and I think people mean travel directions. The west is where the rooster is. So then that rooster is clashing with the rabbit as well. So there are challenges again. Now, when we say east, north, west, that kind of thing, it it's kind of there's three sectors to each direction. So yeah, I'm not going to say east one, east two, or east three because that'll just confuse the crap out of you. Just be careful. Seriously, just be careful. The other three directions are also to be careful with because they have yin fire inside them as an animal because each animal has hidden elements, so that is because it's what it's got in it is the hidden animals. So for instance, the south is already yin fire in that way because it's got that yin fire, even though it's the horse. Inside the horse is yin fire. So the south has issues hidden. Okay. We just see their spirit there, but there's hidden stuff. Then the southwest. So southwest is a goat. So the southwest hidden inside it is yin fire. So those yin fires actually clash with yin water, and that's why it's challenging. And then we've got the northwest. The northwest is the dog. Yes, the dog calms down the rabbit, but inside it, as an animal, not what you're wearing, as an animal, is also yin fire. So there's challenges there with the yin water of the yin. So that's why when you're looking at, all right, what am I doing here? Why is it challenging? Why is this? It's things like that. But if you just, for those of you that forget what directions, there, I've already posted one before this. Basically, um, in the calendar, there's also what, the first, when you open the calendar, there's the yearly stuff. So you can look up clash, penalty, where you put your dragon turtle, all of that is in there as well for the year. All right. It's your choice if you don't want to do the month, that's fine. But on a scale, this is basically on a world scale, is what I've just talked about direction wise. All right. All right. The other question is, oh, for those of you that sent me thing about dreams, you're better off looking it up, only because um, I interpret dreams from my parents, which is an Arabic way, and it's actually like an Islamic thing. Yeah, so yeah, look it up. All right. So the other is with those people that, when I talked about in the workshop, that an energy is going to leave and an energy is coming in. So the energy of children is leaving, youth, we call it youth. So it's all youth. Up to age 25 is still a youth, as we sort of mark it up in now, because 25, your frontal lobe hasn't stopped growing, blah, blah. There's a lot of, variables for it as well. But um, when that leaves, it means then that the youth are going to be mislaid, kind of like the earth is going to be not right. It's not grounded anymore because it's an earth element. But the other number that comes in is the mother. It represents the female element. So the female here is in charge. Okay. So we've got females, two of the trigrams are females, one is male, which means who runs the world? Girls, girls, which I'd be a bit wary of too. Because remember, we have Tom. Yeah. For those of you that don't know who Tom is, it's time of the month. So yeah, I don't know. Excuse me. All right, so that's that. Now, some of you need to have a review to see, okay, where do I move to next? Don't I move to next? What do I do next? Because your home is changing. You're going to miss that youth that you may have had at your front door as money, and you may have had in your bedroom as luck. So you've got to know what do I do next. So you call me, and you call me because it's going to be a review, not a full consult. All right. So you want to have that, you let me know, and then I can do that. Those of you that have sent me activate money from directions. So those of you that have been watching a lot of TikToks about somebody that says, here's your front door, and the furthest part, that's your money. Go ahead and do that if you want. It's your choice. So I've got no comment over that. I've already done 2 posts about that, how wrong it is. It's for the house of the dead, not the house of the living. Yeah, that sort of thing. All right. It's, I don't know what else to say actually. It's kind of like, the doctor saying to somebody, what did they say? Doctors say, don't exercise after drinking, like the next day. So I've got to stop drinking. It's just a joke. Anyway, so that's it. All right. Good questions, that guys. Yeah, I hope you're not feeling too emotional this month. But yeah, and it is about kidneys. It is about liver. It is about feet. It is about fingers. Become creative. Take small steps. Courage and be kind. All right. And if you can't, come have light. All right. Have a good night.